All right, ladies and gentlemen, Anand and Austin are back talking about chatbots.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Are you guys ready for this session about chatbots, rehabs, and how to retain those patients for your alumni program?
Yeah.
So we got some neat things to talk about today. So we'll start off with, just a quick definition of what a chatbot is. So a chatbot essentially is a great tool to help you automate a lot of the messages that you're going to have to send out to these potential patients of yours. They're going to be routine messages that you send out, and you want to ensure the same consistency always gets executed with that message. So you're not varying your responses too often. You're basically covering all your bases by saying the right things. So chatbots can help you scale that as well, since a chatbot can handle anywhere from one person all the way to 1 million people if it needed to. So
think about how much time you can save by not asking these questions yourself. You can literally not employ new people and save money as well by taking some of the obligations of staff members that maybe run some of these alumni programs for specific questions, have them do something else and focus one job done really well by a chatbot.
Yeah, it's true. You can save so much time, and essentially time is money. So every employee that you're able to push away into more important work, imagine all that time being reallocated and saved. So each hour that you're saving by having a chatbot that works essentially 24/7 for you is great. It's a great tool. So
I guess doesn't want an employee that works 24/7.
Never gets tired, always does the same level of quality,
yes,
day in and day out. So you can't complain, and they won't complain.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Anand, in your opinion, what are some of the practical things that you've seen work, particularly for alumni support?
So what I've seen chatbots really do great is keep that support system alive even after they leave their treatment program. Because after they leave the treatment program, often these patients are going back into the same environment, and they don't have any support systems that are going to help them stay away from these addictions. So if you have a program that's going to be able to, continually check in with them, send them, motivational topics, quotes, helpful articles about how to curb the edge, so many different things, it will help them versus not having anything at all, not having any single person check in with them. Might as well have something that's automated. Because I know alumni programs can be expensive on the rehab.
Sure.
Having a person dedicated can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month, versus a chatbot may only cost you a couple hundred to maybe $1,000 at max per month. So you're going to save exponentially more money, right? So
yeah, it's amazing. I mean, so I'm just trying to think practical sense. So you'd mentioned kind of sending motivational stuff and different questions. Where would it kind of reach them? I know some ways that you can send it out via Facebook, and I think my phone even has a chatbot option.
That's a good question. So chatbots, the really interesting thing about them is it's all based on how you build them. So if you build them in a certain way, you can communicate with these patients throughout all the different channels.
Awesome.
Or you can isolate it to just a particular channel, whether you want it to just be on text message, or you want it to be on Facebook, or maybe something else like Skype. Whatever you want to decide, and you want to stick to that channel, you can do it. Or you can have, it's a little bit more of a complicated system, but you can have it talk across multiple channels and communicate regularly. So you can check in with Facebook and also continue a conversation on text message. Of course, that's a little bit more of an elaborate chatbot that you want to have more of your advanced users or advanced companies implement that type of chatbot. If you're a beginner, I would say stick to one channel, Facebook or text messaging. Don't go into the multi-channel integrated or the omnipresent chatbots just yet.
Yeah, niche down. The riches are in the niches. So
exactly.
Focus on one, do it really well once, and then scale out.
And my suggestion personally for alumni programs is to have them on Facebook. And here's why, because you can have a private Facebook group that you can have all your alumni on, you can have all your staff, and they can post questions that other people can gain a lot of wisdom from and gain motivational, hearing other people's stories of how they curbed the addiction or something that they had to deal with. Sharing these stories go a long way, and stories are powerful for us as humans.
Yeah, I love the pointing to Facebook. It's literally where everyone is already at anyway. So if you can create a really helpful and automated resource where the attention is already at, it's perfect.
Yeah, you're getting a 2-for-1 because you have your Facebook group that you can also automate, and you can have regular postings coming in through things like Hootsuite or Buffer or any of these. And on top of that, you have your chatbot that's going to communicate with them, which is automated. So you can almost have a fully automated alumni program.
Yeah.
So for very little cost.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, I mean, you could take it to that next level and directly implement some of that information into your CRM, Salesforce, or whatever you're using, and then use that as the follow-up form too.
Oh yeah.
Keep track of everything.
That's the amazing thing about chatbots. Think of them essentially as a software application. If you're a techie like I am, you can integrate softwares with pretty much any other software out there. Same thing goes with chatbots. As long as there's an API, a chatbot can feed from that API and give and take information. So you can almost do anything. Even if you wanted your chatbot to tell the patient what the weather is in their city, it'll be able to do that. Or even pull up gas prices. So the sky is literally the limit of what you want the chatbot to do. It can do for that person. The specific example I want to go into is there's an API for quotes, motivational quotes. So you can pull from that, and that way you have a infinite repository of just quotes that you can send out to the patients on a daily basis.
That's great.
Right? So you don't have to brainstorm these quotes, you don't have to plug them in. You can just have it pull from the API and not worry about a single thing. And some of these APIs, most of them will be free, so you don't have to worry about the cost.
Very cool. So if someone is watching this video, wants to get started, what would you recommend?
So one thing I would recommend is chatbots can be complex and kind of a big task to take on alone, especially if you're new to it. If you have some experience, then it'll be quite a bit easier. I would suggest reaching out to you or me. You can reach out to us on LinkedIn. You can find them with Austin Armstrong at. You want to tell them the companies that they should look out for?
Yeah, you can find me at Therapy Cable. I also work at a treatment center called Beginnings Treatment Centers. Marketing project manager for both of those companies, as well as some freelance work as well. So yeah, LinkedIn, Austin Armstrong, or Austin at therapycable.com.
Yeah. And then you can reach me at Anand Butani on LinkedIn, or you can even visit realchatbots.com, and that's where Austin and I can help you build a chatbot. Whenever you need anything regarding chatbots, send an inquiry. Our email's easy. It's just info@realchatbots.com. Yeah. So feel free to reach out to us and let us help you set up that alumni program for your rehab, and that way you keep your patients from falling into addiction, and in case they're fearing a relapse, you know when to get in touch with them, because these chatbots can send you warning signs. So that way you know to contact them and bring them back into your rehab and make sure they get the care that they need before they fall into a relapse. So
Awesome.
Reach out.
Hopefully it was helpful. See you next time.